There are many ways of distributing media. One of the classic ways of doing so is through physical media. Starting in the 70s with VHS tapes, these original forms of media distribution finally allowed people to own their favourite films and let them watch them over and over again without making them pay to go to the cinema every time. With graphical advances in 1997, DVD started rubbing out the VHSs in 2005, and DVDs and Blu-rays are still the main source of physical media. In the 2000s, this started shifting as Netflix started its incline into the public eye. Starting out as a DVD rental service, Netflix teamed up with Blockbusters. This was a way of people to watch DVDs for cheaper than buying them outright. This went on and eventually evolved in 2011 into online streaming service, allowing people to instantly get films and TV shows. This, as many people have said, was the start of the death of physical media. It has been reported that in 2019 the sales of DVDs have dropped 86% since 2008. This coincides with the increase of on-demand services such as Netflix and Amazon Prime that allows you to watch more films and TV shows while having classic films and exclusive films on their service. And as you can see by the chart, there is a clear cross with the DVD sales and the rise of streaming services.
Immediacy has influenced the change in distribution platforms because people wanting media to be available whenever they want it has led to the rise of on-demand streaming services such as Netflix, Hulu and Disney+, and has let these services become extremely popular and profitable, with companies like Netflix now being considered titans of the industry. And with their massive profits, they are now able to fund their own production companies to make content that isn't available anywhere else but will be available immediately on their platform as their Netflix originals. This need for immediacy has also led to the downfall of traditional video rental stores like Blockbuster. With streaming services becoming widely available, people no longer wanted to go to a store to pick up a film they wanted to watch. They want it to be available to them as soon as they decide to go and watch it. And rental stores' inability to adapt to this changing market and compete with streaming services has led to their downfall, because them not being able to adapt has left them obsolete in the eyes of the public.
Subscription services have a recurring payment plan, either monthly or annually, so you can access those platforms and services on demand. They're available on smartphones, video game consoles, and smart TVs, and selected Blu-ray players. They're adaptable and usable on many different devices, and because of this, many people find it reasonable to purchase these subscriptions. Netflix is undoubtedly one of the biggest streaming services globally. Almost 12.5 million UK households have a Netflix subscription alone. Its best selling point is the range of licensed content they have, such as Stranger Things, The Crown, or Narcos. However, because of the tough competition, Netflix is losing content to its other competitors. Marvel movies that were once on Netflix can now be streamed through Disney+. Additionally, as the Netflix catalogue changes every day, you could be halfway through watching your favourite show and realise it has suddenly been dropped by the service. Despite the purchase options, the best service for people is likely to come down to the type of content each subscription service offers. They include exclusive content in order to hook people into paying for that service. Also, it matters which country you're in, as the US has access to better content deals than the UK. The problem is that when a content deal ends, on Netflix for instance, there is little to no warning. Therefore, your shows could disappear the next day and you wouldn't be aware of it. Services such as Amazon Prime require you to buy or rent movies or shows, which increases the cost further than the subscription point. If you have this service, then you could just watch the shows which are included in the Prime films and TV shows, which have no additional charge to them to watch. However, they suffer from a lack of variety and new content. In conjunction, Disney Plus has a reasonable service charge, but is also very limited with their content. Since they are all Disney productions or Disney affiliated films, then it has a hefty charge in comparison to other services with a variety of content. Over the next 5 years, it has been estimated Netflix and Amazon will spend an annual total of over 20 billion on their own original content. According to the TV and Film Trade Association Pact, Netflix and Amazon spend 150 million in 2017 on British-made TV shows which include Black Mirror and The Crown. The next year, Netflix has doubled that budget for own original content in Europe to 1 billion. Amazon, Sky and HBO are also increasing their investments in the European market. Films are now becoming more interactive, such as Bandersnatch on Netflix. This allows viewers to decide on their own ending depending on choices made throughout the film. This is because viewers increasingly want to feel like they are part of the action. I think this will continue into the future with the use of VR for a more interactive experience. When it comes to purchasing games, films and television shows, they can often be expensive and limit your choice. However, some films aren't even on the streaming services. It doesn't have to be an obscure movie. It's the fact that people who control which movies you can watch on these streaming services are a group of consumers that aren't even the ones being served. In this new digital world, film fans are getting the short end of the stick. While there are plenty of movies available on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, etc., they tend to be presented in the wrong aspect ratio. If you are a fan of movies and respect the director's choice to shoot their movies in a certain aspect ratio, then you would want it screened correctly. Netflix claims that it doesn't crop movies, however some past investigations prove that they do. Secondly, you don't get bonuses or behind the scenes even if you purchase the DVD versions of the Netflix shows. This is fine for people who just want the show itself, but if you're a fan that wants to know more about the shows and how they're made, then you're out of luck. Digital media is a fine way to have access to films without taking them with you. But when you become reliant on those digital sources, you have fewer options than you think, and you're not getting the best version of the movie that's available to you.
The debate between old media and new media has always been a very difficult topic. According to Ofcom, there are now more UK subscriptions to Netflix, Amazon and Now TV than to traditional pay TV services. Toby Myler argued that television cultivates a general sense of mistrust. Many people love to watch online streaming services,